Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from forexnews.com with daily analysis. Today's analysis is once again members only. Starting a bit earlier than normal. It's 9 a.m. here. Not quite. It's 8:59. I'm early today. So we can get Forex Factory. Okay, here we go. Don't know why that took so long. So, what do we have going on today? I'm going to read the calendar right today. I'm going to read it correctly. Right now we have Draghi speaking. What the hell does that even mean? Ugh. They say all this stuff and they expect people to just understand what it means. Well, maybe most people do, but I don't. Monetary policy transmission has been impaired by bank fragmentation. So, has the bank just been hit by a nuclear bomb and it's fragmented into millions and trillions of little pieces? Oh, what the hell does bank fragmentation mean? Yeah, who knows? There's probably not many people here today because of the earlier time. People aren't used to coming at this time, so I'm not sure how many of you are in here, but I do see Gil and Maximus are here. And I'm guessing there's a few more people. The ECB, or the European Central Bank, has fragmented. It has blown up. There's at least 6 pieces strewn about all over the place. Therefore, President Draghi is no longer speaking, or something like that. I could be making a whole lot of this up, but I don't know if this speech is going on. I guess just the transmission has been impaired, so maybe the speech is still going, but people aren't hearing the speech. So if there is anything that's going to impact, it could just come after when the speech is released. I don't know. I got no idea, guys. So I don't know what's happening with this one, the 838 one. I got some weird situation. But moving on, we've got GBPCPI coming out in 30 minutes. That's kind of important. If you're trading the lower time frames, it's important. Anything above the 4 hour, I wouldn't worry too much. It could obviously affect the market if it's way off consensus, but it's not something that you would worry too much about. You got the core retail sales out of Canada. Again, lower time frames worry, otherwise not so much. FOMC meeting minutes, that's at 7 p.m. tonight. That's a big one. That one could affect even the larger time frame, so do be careful around that time. Then before tomorrow's webinar, we got 8:15 a.m. French flash services and German flash manufacturing PMI and German flash services PMI. These are all kind of important on the lower time frames, but on the higher time frames, don't worry too much about it. On the lower time frames, I mean, these are the biggest economies in Europe, Germany and France, so they could have an impact. But yeah, that's pretty much it for news. Yeah, no update on what fragmentation means. Sounds like the live stream might not be happening. I think that's the issue. Anyway. Sounds like none of you guys know EVOP because you're not saying anything. And hey, Graham. So let's get into the actual analysis now that we know the news that's coming up. AUDJPY, we were looking here yesterday. I was looking for it to drop into support for a potential long, but it hasn't really done that. I mean, it did drop down very slightly, but it hasn't really done that. Things are a bit weird here with AUDJPY at the moment. Ever since this gap, it's just been moving sideways. Not even good as a compression. There's just nothing happening there. I'll keep an eye on it anyway to see if it drops back down, because the end of last week, it was showing a potential long setup, and now it's just not showing anything. So I'm still curious to see if it drops down here and we get another potential long. But at the moment, it's not really doing much. EURGBP has finally hit this resistance area. Not really showing signs of slowing down yet. It's only just hit it. Actually, on the hourly, it is showing some signs of slowing down, but you know, that's just the hourly, so it might not actually stop here. Let's keep a close eye on this and see what happens. I want to see if it breaks this area or if it stalls out. If it breaks, there's definitely potential to enter on a pullback, perhaps on the lower time frames because this is a fast move. Enter long on a rebound reversal or something of that nature. If it stalls out, I'll definitely be looking for a short. GBPCAD has dropped into support, looking for a potential long here still. And similar to EURGBP, if this breaks, I will be looking for a short. If it breaks, I'll be looking for a bit of a rebound. Even if it's not indecision on that rebound. Look up rebound reversals in the course. I'll be looking for a rebound reversal there. But if it stalls out, then I'll definitely be looking for just a bearish reversal. So I meant rebound continuation, by the way. So if it breaks, I'll be looking for price to tap this resistance area for a rebound continuation on the short side. If it stalls, I'll be looking for a long trade here. So there's potential here on GBPCAD still. GBPCHF, there's still potential here. We're waiting for it to hit the support area. Can't really do much until then, so that one's still wait and see. GBP New Zealand, this one turned around in a big way yesterday. I think it was because of news, right? It shot up because of news and has now pulled back. Yeah, so that the initial move was not because of news, but then this one, I believe, was, or maybe at least this final candle here. It seems like news messed things about. Anyway, I'm still looking for a potential long here. I was looking to enter yesterday. I didn't because I was waiting for the daily. I was a bit sad because it was moving up, but now it's can't come back. So I guess I'm not that sad anymore. I'm still looking on the daily, but this one's less and less likely to give me a trade now that it's spiked up. GBPUSD. Whoa, this is broken in the last. Yeah, interesting. I looked at the charts at around about 7 this morning, and I haven't looked at them since, and this has dropped since 7. Well, anyway, there could still be a reversal here if price pulls back up and stalls out on this area. But again, like many of these other pairs, it could just be a continuation here. Looks like these, on GBP, it looks like this is a pretty strong move. So I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a continuation. New Zealand USD is broken below support. Also looking for a potential continuation here. Want to see price hit that area for a possible short there. GBPJPY is just moving sideways on support. Nothing much here. Very similar to GBP New Zealand. Kind of difficult to trade. Keep an eye on it, but I don't think I can do much with either GBP New Zealand or GBPJPY. Just move these to the bottom because I'm no longer that interested in those. New Zealand JPY, some compressions going on here. Anyone in any of them? I shared these to the forum yesterday. It was a good short from up here. It's headed down now. See on the 30-minute. So what I'm looking for now is price to drop down to the support area for a potential long from support. Yeah, there was a long trade here yesterday too. I think that one was before yesterday's webinar. I think we looked at that yesterday. So this is a pretty decent range. It's just bouncing between these two levels. It's looking quite good. It's looking pretty predictable. If price drops down to the support area, I'm going to be looking for a long there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert on this line itself. That's a cool thing about TradingView. You can set an alert on a line and then you can shift it around. So I've got an alert on this line. When this line gets hit, I'm going to pull that line up a bit, actually. A bit higher than it needs to be, but I want to have a bit of a warning when it gets down to there. Yeah, when it gets down here, I'll be looking for a long there. We got silver kind of bouncing around. It's a bit of a tricky one. There's a long there right now, actually. Entry's a bit late at this point. Yeah, the risk to reward ratio is atrocious at the moment. You would have definitely needed to get in down here. So I missed out on this one. That's what happens with these kinds of trades, guys. They just happen too fast. So unless you're on top of your charts, like looking at every 15 or 30-minute candle, you are going to miss some moves. So I have missed this one. It is going up. Once it pushes back up to resistance, I'll be looking for a potential short from resistance here on silver. Right, GBPJPY we already looked at. That's just stalling out there, as is GBP New Zealand. But these ones are going to be tough to enter because of these spikes up. I'm going to be apprehensive to enter because I'd be, well, actually. The main point is it is now messy. They were sort of messy to start with, and now they're extra messy. So there's still potential here, but I'm just not as happy with those setups. CAD-JPY, there was a potential compression here yesterday, but it broke. There's nothing there today, nor is there on EURGBP. USDJPY, that compression broke. It's finally heading up. This has been a bit of a weird one. Stalled out below the support area. It took some time getting through it. Eventually got through it. Now it's heading up. It's been quite messy overall. Yeah, anyway. Curious to see here if AUDUSD starts bouncing between these two levels, but it's not doing so yet. It is bouncing between, between these two levels though on the 5 minute. Let's go back to the dailies and the 8 hours, the higher time frames for now. We'll take a look at those lower time frames shortly. EURGBP's dropping towards this support area. Curious to see what happens when it hits it, but right now it's not there, so. Similar to these others, but it just doesn't look that good. New Zealand CHF just broken below support, doesn't look that good. Right, let's look for some lower time frame setups. Yeah, we looked at this earlier. There's not even a compression there. There's nothing. So New Zealand JPY, we still got potential compression here. Silver headed up now, looking for a short from the top of this range. GBPJPY and GBP New Zealand, I guess we'll keep them on here, but I don't think I'll be taking trades on those. See this kind of move here? It could be like a compression on the owl there. Very messy one. Kind of a risky one, really. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's see how it pans out. This one's going to be probably a while because it's on the hourly chart, so it'll take a while longer to form properly. I want to get a decent bounce from the bottom too, so this one's got a long way to go. Let's not get too excited about this one. AUDUSD, it looks like it's breaking out from this area here. It's only a 5 minute chart compression, so this one's a fair bit riskier. But it does have some potential. It's actually also a 15-minute chart compression. It's only really got one from the top, so I want to see it drop down first and hit the support area before I'm going to trade it. No, way too messy. Let's see if BTC USD has a compression. No, way too messy. As expected. Looks like there's one here on New Zealand CHF, but the spread on this is going to be so ridiculous that it's going to be really tough to trade on these smaller time frames. I'll mark it for people who are interested. 15-minute chart. We've got price stalling out down here. We've got price stalling out up here when it hits it. So it has two from the bottom, two from the top. There was a potential long here already that's open, too late to get in. So there's a potential short from the top, but yeah, the spread on this pair is a bit high. It makes it tough to trade it on the 15-minute charts. Yeah, you can't do much there. Got a messy range here. This is a very messy range. But if price does shoot up from here, I'll be looking for a short from the top on US oil. I don't think US traders have access to this, funnily enough, because it is US oil. But it's a CFD, so stupid regulations in the US mean that you can't trade CFDs. But to the rest of the world who doesn't have silly regulations, there's a compression here on US oil. Which looks okay. It doesn't look fantastic or anything, but it is a range. I'm looking for a clear bounce from the bottom here before I'm willing to go long. I know there was technically one here, but that was caused by a gap. I'm not that. Yeah, I'm just not that convinced by that one. I want to see this one bounce from the bottom. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to update you guys about this trade. I ended up closing this trade out with very little profit. I was looking for a long-term long, but it failed up at this resistance area and it turned around. This was the platinum trade I took that I've been in for a long while. Ended up with a little bit of profit as it started falling back down. I extended my target a bit too much with this one, and it never managed to get beyond this resistance area. But anyway, that's not that important. Right, so AUDJPY waiting for price to fall back into support. EURGBP waiting for price to stall out at resistance and turn around. It's already showing signs of stalling actually on the 1 hour, and not quite on the 4 hour or whatever, but on the 1 hour it's already showing signs of stalling. So that's a good sign. That means that price could be stopping here, at least temporarily. This is against a pretty strong trend, so if you do enter a short here as a reversal on like the 8 hour chart or the 6 hour chart or something like that, have a tight target on this, because you're countering a very strong bullish move. GBPCAD stalling out on support, potentially looking for a long here. Again, it's against a really strong move, so trade that with care, have a tight target. GBPCHF just waiting for this one to drop further. It's not quite there yet. It might never reach there. GBPUSD waiting for indecision to form on top of this support area for a potential long. I need to redo my support resistance areas for GBPUSD. But there's a potential long here from the support area. Again, it's counter trend, so be careful. New Zealand USD, this one's kind of stalling out down here. It's a little bit below support, so it could still be stalling out on this support area, because, you know, support areas, support resistance areas, they can't be perfect. But also, things are just unclear now. So it could start moving up from here. It could keep moving down. What I'd be most interested in would be a pullback to this resistance area and a continuation down. That's what I'm most interested in with this one. GBPJPY is just stalling out on support, but it's just moving sideways and it's very messy, so I'm not that interested in this, nor am I interested anymore on GBP New Zealand. That spike up kind of killed things for me. Yeah, it just makes it a bit tough, and it also showed that there was a lot of sellers up here because price did drop down pretty quick. New Zealand JPY on the 30-minute price was moving down. It's moving back up right now, but you know that's just the way things work. It's not quite hit the bottom yet. If anyone was short here, I don't know if that would have hit target. Depends on your entry, of course. We don't really enter based on indecision candles, and you wouldn't have entered based on that indecision candle. So yeah, depends on your entry. You should have been able to pull off, yeah, free risk to reward ratio. I don't know. If anyone's short, let me know. I want to see if you were able to get free R on this. Now it's pulling away. Doesn't mean that if you're still in this short, doesn't mean that you should get out now, just because it's pushing up right now. It could easily continue down. That's what I'm hoping for. Hoping for it to continue down to catch a long from this support area here. Silver is headed up from support. We spotted this one, I'm sure you guys remember, just like 20 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago. But it was a bit too late to enter. Now it's pushing up. Once it hits that resistance area up top, I'll be looking for a short. USDCHF, this one's a bit on the larger time frames. Price is bouncing away from this resistance area. Waiting for price to drop down to the support area for... no, not for a long there. Sorry. Waiting for price to drop down to the support area and then bounce away again. But this is hourly chart, or even nah, it's hourly chart. So this one will take a while if it ever does form. AUDUSD, this one's just broken out from that 5-minute range I was looking at. There was a potential range forming on the 5-minute, which has not happened. But you may remember that before that I was looking at a more significant range here on the 4-hour. It's not even a range yet, but it has potential to become a range. So let's see what happens with this one. Let's see how it develops. It's a 4-hour chart, so this is going to take quite some time. New Zealand CHF, we've got a 15-minute range here. You could probably short once it hits the top of this range. There was a long at the bottom here, which is obviously seems to be working well, but had you entered all the way back here, you'd be in this one for quite some time before. Well, I mean, it's only 2 hours and 45 minutes, but relative to the 15-minute chart, it is quite some time. But it is finally moving up. Let's see if it manages to hit this resistance area. Problem with this is, as I've mentioned, the spread is quite high, so you do have to factor that into your trade, of course, and the spread can really affect things on this. So USOIL, this is a bit of a larger time frame compression, kind of like the 1 hour chart. Yeah, not the 4 hour, the 1 hour for sure. Price is stalling out at the bottom here. What I want to see is I want to see price turn around and hit the top before I'm willing to go short. So we got a lot happening today. It's a pretty busy day. Are there any questions, guys? Or shall we wrap this one up? It's in the price action course section. I believe it's titled Rebound Continuation. I'm not sure. I don't have access to it right now, so. But yeah, it's just in the price action course. All right, guys. Well, doesn't look like there's any other questions, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you for attending, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's webinar.